Blue Mermaids is calling a mulligan as well. Apparently they've had someone crash. So you're not the only one, Zath.
Oh, alright. So, that means they're only ahead by one player now. And they want to...
Well, I think it sounds like if they're calling a mulligan, then everybody's going back.
Yeah.
Not much point in showing you guys that then. We'll put the screen card back up while we get our technical difficulties worked out.
Did you exit back to port?
Yeah, just did. Blue Mermaids with a quick mulligan here. They had someone crash, so per tournament rules, they're allowed to start the game over. So we'll head back to the training room and get this going again. Not sure that ARA has gotten the message. None of them have left the game just yet.
Oh no. Oh no.
Well, here's the other problem. The bots can't quit. I just realized that.
Well,
although if all the human players leave the game should end.
Yes, exactly.
All right. Well, if you end up back in there, please remind the ARA guys that they called a mulligan.
Oh,
I don't see them back in the room yet.
I already backed out.
Okay, yeah, I see that.
So yeah, they have one person that's still in there too.
Yeah, it's probably the guy who crashed. Sorry for the slow start, guys. In the meantime, what we can do, we can figure out how we're going to give away goodies. What do you want to do to give away goodies, Zath?
Oh, that's a good question. Well, you know, I think it might be kind of fun still for my people to take a guess as to the differential between the winning team and the losing team. So, for those of you guys who are listening, in this first battle, take a guess how many ships difference there will between the ones that are alive and the ones that are dead, essentially, on the winning team and the losing team.
And you know what? I forgot. I actually got a bot set up this week. Ha ha ha! I got smart. I think I can just do a raffle. Hold on, let me figure out how to do this. Yes, I can do this. So I'm going to do just a chat raffle, and all you guys have to do, I'm going to try not to screw this up, guys. This is my first time. Bear with me a little bit. What should happen when I open the raffle? You should be able to mark raffle just to get an entry, and then I'll close it. 4 or 5 minutes into the game, I'll try to remember to come back and close it. And then, actually, you know what? I'll leave it open for the full game. When the game's over, I'll close it, and we'll give it away. Okay. So you can enter now. Just type !raffle, and you'll be entered in to win some flags and some camos and flags. Restless Fire flag, courtesy of Wargaming. Got a bit of an issue here. All the ARA guys are still in the game.
Yeah, I'm asking Voss if you can try to ping them and ask them to get out.
Yeah, definitely. I apologize for the delay here, guys. It's a little bit of technical difficulty. Zath had a crash. One of the Blue Mermaids guys had a crash, and we're trying to work through it and get the game going.
Yep, and I do apologize for the stream abruptly ending on my account here. As I was loading the game back up again, I realized that my personal email address showed under login screen, so I just had to kill that. I hope you guys all understand.
Giving away state secrets?
No.
That's all right. It's only preserved on Twitch forever. It's fine.
Right. Well, if I cut the stream, cutting out the delay, it actually just stops it right away. Yep.
Some of the ARA guys now are filtering back in, so they've apparently gotten the message. Yep, there we go. So we should be getting this off the ground. Blue Mermaids is down a player. It looks like their guy who had crashed, he's finally out of the game, but he hasn't come back yet, so looks like he's trying to get that going.
This is one of the things when you have a whole bunch of new clans coming in and trying out this competitive stuff. You run into a lot of these kinds of things, and that's not a bad thing by any means. It's nice to see, first and foremost, that they're having fun. That's the most important part of this.
Absolutely. If you're doing these tournaments and you're not enjoying yourself, you're not having fun, then you're doing it wrong.
Do you have access to the chat window for this group?
I do.
I
do
don't.
You not?
No. I could leave and come back, but I don't want to slow anything down. There's
Helsinki. All right. Looks like we're about to get going here. The last Blue Mermaids player is back in the room. ARA is just about queued up. I need to get off my button, get queued up. There we go.
What are you taking?
I thought about taking my Ryojo, but then I decided that Midway was more fun.
Hey, now. Hold on a second.
You don't have to take yourself, Zath.
These guys are down by 2 players, and you take out a Midway? If anybody should be taking out a Midway, it should be me.
You know the best part of that, Zath? I don't even own a Midway.
Really?
No, Lexington is as high as I've gotten in that line, and it makes me so angry I just want to punch my screen.
I know you didn't like Strike Loadout in that baby, but ooh man, that was my joy.
So I never played Strike Lexington, right? But I hated being on a team with Strike Lexington. You've heard me say this a trillion times.
Yes.
Because if you're going to play a carrier and bring the Sky Cancer into the game with you, at least have the courtesy to bring at least one fighter to help defend your team. And they've forced that decision on American carrier players now, which I'm okay with.
I'm okay with, as long as they then start forcing the decision on the IGAN carriers too. So that's one thing I
think we may. I don't disagree with you, and I think ultimately you may see that in the end. We're not there yet. Big CV rework coming, very mysterious. We'll see how it goes. So, no change in the team lineups. We're still looking at. Hold on a moment. Blue Mermaids is Midway, double Yamato, triple Des Moines, double Moskva, and Gorozovoy.
I actually made it in.
Yay!
General quarters.
Commencing seppuku.
That's right, commencing seppuku. I'm gonna go ahead and do something I don't normally do, and that's transition over to the game here before I'm dead.
Oh, I do that all the time.
Well, I don't like doing that, but for these carrier starts, it's slow enough that it gives people an idea of how the teams are deploying.
Yeah, for those of you guys who are watching my stream, I'm switching over to the aircraft so we can watch as my torpedo bombers kill me.
All right, there we go. While my carrier sinks, we'll have a quick look at Blue Mermaid's deployment. They're sending the Gorozovoy aggressively to B, backed up by close quarters by a Des Moines. We'll see how that works out for them, given that there's 3 destroyers on ARA's side, and to be brutally honest, bot destroyers are likely to charge B, so we'll see how this goes. The rest of them seem to be headed south. They seem to be abandoning A completely.
Now,
talk to me about ARA.
Time out for a second. First of all, you have to remember, under the new training room, bots do absolutely nothing but sit there and look pretty.
Oh my lord, you're right, I'd forgotten.
So ARA is heavily handicapped, even with bots. They might as well have not brought the bots in, because they're just food for the carrier once he finds them.
I had completely forgotten about that. You're right. I'm used to the old training room where the bots would at least, run around and do stuff. Okay, well.
I killed myself before you did.
Whatever. Still, that means both teams with only a single destroyer then. So, Blue Mermaids now, Zuikatsu here is capping B in his Gorozovoy. Where is the gearing on your team, Zath?
The gearing is heading towards Alpha.
Well, he's gonna get that one. There is not a single Blue Mermaid ship in that general direction. Every single one of them is in the D line or farther south.
Yeah, the Hakuryu carrier player on our team here, he's doing a nice job of trying to keep Bravo lit, although now I see some anti-air coming in from the Des Moines, so unfortunately his planes are being chased away. But I do like the scouting that he was trying to provide for the team, at least to get an idea of where the enemies are.
Mm-hmm.
Gearing now spotted.
Yep, I see him there, up in A, with a Hindenburg and a Montana backing him up.
Yes, sir. And interestingly enough, the Hakuryu is strike.
That is interesting. Well, Blue Mermaid's here picking up B early as ARA grabs A right behind it. Now, the Blue Mermaid's Grozavoy rotating to C, knowing that he's not going to be opposed by any destroyers.
Oh, yeah.
Are there any ARA forces headed to C?
No. So it's interesting what these guys are doing is they're kind of doing an all or nothing push into Alpha, which, I mean, kind of makes sense because they just have the gearing.
So this, on a normal map, I would call this folly, but they might be able to pull this off if for no other reason than Blue Mermaids has sent almost all of their firepower to C. The only thing they have looking over B is a pair of Des Moines, and if these guys want to get aggressive and push those Des Moines out, they probably can.
Absolutely, and more importantly, if they go up into A, if the whole group gets up to A, and the enemy team, or, well, your team, starts to go one by one through that channel, it doesn't matter that they have a 2-ship advantage.
Yeah, I think ARA has probably chosen the only strategy they really have available to them when down ships like that, and that is clump together, try to focus fire some people, and pick up if they can get a couple. If they can get one early kill and narrow the gap, I think they'll feel a little better about their position.
Absolutely.
You can see here the Blue Mermaid's midway as torpedo bombers. He's out looking for those dummy destroyers he knows are there, trying to pick up the free points.
Yep, he should be spotted by now. The fighters just came over it.
One of the Grozavoys is definitely.
Yeah, and they're gonna just let the other Grozavoy kill it. And see, that's the thing, you can't take bots into competitive anymore.
Yeah, it's just free points now.
Yep.
Well, we'll see what happens. Blue Mermaid's working on about a 50-point lead here as we're about 5 minutes into the game. ARA again down 2 players, only bringing 7 humans into a 9v9 game. So let's see what can happen.
Yep, and once again, don't forget to, if you haven't guessed already, get your guess in immediately for ship differential, number of ships alive for the winning team, minus the number of ships alive for the losing team.
Right, and if you are watching my stream, just type !raffle to be entered to win some free goodies from Wargaming.
You're going to have to teach me how to do that.
Yeah, I figured, after the last week, I was like, man, this will be so much easier if I just do it, like, automate it, and did a little research and taught myself how, so... Well, Blue Mermaids now, their force at sea is about to be in B very shortly. They have swung around that island in G5 right there on the 5-6 line, just south of the B cap, pushing 2 Yamatos up the western edge and 2 Moskvas and a Des Moines up the eastern side.
Yeah, it's interesting watching this Hakuryu try to strike the Grozavoy, and Grozavoy is using defensive fire plus the fighters. He's not going to.
He does manage to land a torpedo though.
And here comes the ultimate betrayal, the carrier snipe.
Is he really? He is indeed.
He is indeed.
Helsinki Smash Rod here under attack from the ARA Hakuryu, setting 3 fires there. He puts those out. I kind of wonder the value of that.
I mean, knowing he's going to
knowing he's going to DCP it right away,
and that he's got defensive fire. So
yep.
You know.
And now the other bot destroyer for ARA picked up by fighters being focused down here, and that will be free points for Blue Mermaids here very shortly.
Yep.
ARA's kind of backed themselves into a corner.
They have indeed. But we mentioned that might not be a bad thing if they can get these guys to start coming through the channel, which it looks like the Yamato is aiming to do. The 2 Moskvas, the Des Moines.
Well, they also need some
kills,
right? And it looks like ARA might lose the first ship here.
The first human?
As one of their Hindenburgs is very low and on his way out right here. There he goes.
Yeah.
ARA now down 3 ships and a cap. About 7 minutes into the game here on Islands of Ice. Blue Mermaids now, their entire team solidly locked into B, essentially daring ARA to do anything. They push through that gap, anything that pushes through that gap is going to get focused fire. That gearing now in the smoke, radared heavily by both Des Moines. He will be out very, very shortly.
Yeah, this is a good pro tip for you guys. I was going to comment on that while I was watching this gearing. When you see that you're 11 kilometers away from Moskva, it's time to turn and run.
Well, there's 5 radars on the other team. I mean,
Yep.
You've got nowhere to hide.
Pretty much.
One of ARA's Montana is also dangerously low here on about 8,000 HP as he tries to back out of incoming fire.
Yeah,
Another
he
Montana
took a torp and didn't do too well with it.
ARA's strategy here of sticking together seeming to have backfired as they've kind of just piled into one area to allow Blue Mermaids to just kind of focus them down. Another strike going in on the Grozovoy here, but I don't think it's going to matter much. None of those planes really surviving. Grozovoy's got plenty of time to dodge these torps. In fact, he can probably outrun them. It is a Grozovoy.
Yeah, we saw
Dodging
that
and
in the
handling.
highlight reel, actually. We saw
That was
Grozovoy
actually
run.
one of the better highlights. I love seeing that.
Yeah.
Blue Mermaids here on a huge lead, almost over 500 points now with about 11 minutes to play on the back of 2 quick caps and a 4-ship lead now.
And once again, guys, I do apologize for the craziness of the camera controls here, but for some odd reason, as soon as I go to control shift backspace and go to free cam, it goes back to my dead Hulk, and then as soon as I hit one of the direction keys, it just sticks. So the camera is constantly moving in that same direction, and I can't stop it.
You have to look into that. I don't have that problem.
I don't know.
Figure that out. Blue Mermaids now have kind of all clustered up on the eastern side of the B cap. Looks like they're going to try and push up the eastern edge, right up the 7 line. There's a Montana on very, very low health right in front of them. They won't take them long to polish him off. When that happens, they're going to be just a hair's breadth from victory.
Absolutely. And one other comment, too, with the gearing. I didn't notice him firing any torpedoes at all, really. And that was kind of shocking, especially with all those ships in Bravo Cap.
Yep, Moyne showing too much broadside to a Moskva. I'm sorry, Moskva showing too much broadside to a Moyne at about 10 and going out for it. There goes the Montana kill we were waiting on.
Yep, and here comes
all
the next
over
Montana
but the crying.
kill.
Yep, all over here but the crying for ARA. Unfortunately, their ship disadvantage just hammering them here in game 1.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate. I was really hoping to see a good slugfest between 2 teams that we haven't really seen much of, but unfortunately,
I was as well. I'm disappointed they weren't able to field a full team.
Yeah.
And there it goes. Game 1 going to Blue Mermaids here on Islands of Ice in the elimination stages. I guess I should go close my raffle now that the game's over. I'll do that.
Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 ships surviving on the winning team, and 1, 2, 3 ships surviving on the losing. So that's a differential of 6.
All right. Blue Mermaids claiming game 1 here as we look forward to the Atlantic. You know, if you're ARA and you've got to plug bots in, and the bots won't do anything, almost what do, right? Like, at least if you take a low detection destroyer, you make them work for it. You take a cruiser, it just takes them longer to kill it, right? Is the cruiser a better deal?
You don't take a bot at all.
You just leave it blank. Yeah, you're probably right. You're better off just not taking a bot at all and conserving the health you have. Don't give up the free points.
Yep, exactly.
Well, we'll see what they do. Obviously, they can leave those spots open and just play down ships if they want. Looks like they've picked up at least one more human player. They're down to just 1 bot now on the ARA team list, so that's encouraging. I'd love to see them come back and force a game 3. I mean, I'm confident these guys have the talent to do it. I think they're just with the handicap of being down a ship. That's almost impossible to overcome.
Yeah, but other things they need to overcome, right, are the fact that every cruiser on the enemy team, all 5 of them have radar and most likely defensive fire. So A strike Hakuryu. I don't know that that's the way to go against that lineup.
Yeah, I don't know. That's tough. Let me hang on. I got to make a couple of quick updates to my graphics.
Yep. So for those of you guys who are watching, Blue Mermaids are ahead 1-0. ARA needs to come back in this next battle. This is Atlantic. And if they manage to force a game 3 will be on Shatter. If they don't win, this is a best of 3 tournament, so that means that Blue Mermaids would advance, and there would not be reason for a third match between these two teams, and we'd have some extra time to fill.
Yep. So if you guys tuning in, thank you for watching here. We'll bring you the results of some of the other games here. I've got the Discord channel open where people are reporting. NATO has won their match against SNS 2-0, so they will be moving on to face, I believe that's OPG in round 2. And PSV also won 2-0 against Do It, so they will be moving on to face STW in round 2. Put the bracket up real quick. Yep, there we go. So you can see 2 of those matches already done. Round 2 games will start probably in about, I think it's about, what is it now, Eastern? I believe they don't start until 4:30 Eastern? Something like that. So there's a bit of a break there.
Yeah, so they start at, round 2 starts at 3 o'clock, or no, sorry, 5 p.m. Eastern Time, 1700.
4 p.m. Eastern, so that's an hour and 15 minutes till the round 2 games start. All right, well, let's see what happens here. Both teams just about full. Blue Mermaids queued up and ready to go. Zath, you're the only person not queued on ARA's side.
All right, just a refresher, we are taking carriers, yes?
Yes, sir. This is the Atlantic.
Right, making sure. Perfect, thank you.
All right, now ARA, go ahead.
I was gonna say, it's possible that the Supremacy League or King of the Sea rules are that you have to take a bot, but I don't know.
Maybe I don't know the rule set. I've never experienced where a team couldn't fill their whole roster, so we'll have to see. But ARI picked up another human. They're only down one ship now to a bot, so that's encouraging. If they can bag a quick kill and even things out, that'll give them a really solid chance here on the Atlantic.
Absolutely.
All right, guys. As the game starts here, I'm going to open up my raffle once again. In fact, I should go ahead and draw for who won the first game. I'll tell you what, yeah, I need to do that before you start it up again, so give me 1 sec.
No worries.
All right. Winner is Pulleycat.
Hey, Pulleycat.
Pulleycat wins the raffle. So Pulley, tell you what, buddy, I'll get the second game gun and then I'll PM you with your code, all right? So hold on for me and I'll get you when game 2 is over.
Action stations.
And for those of you guys who are watching my stream, for this one, we're going to try doing what Raptor did, because I liked it last time. Pick the ship, the class, that has the greatest number of anti-air kills on the winning team. Will it be the Des Moines? Will it be Moskva? Will it be Grozovoy? Will it be Yamato? Will it be Ryujo? Or will it be Midway? My bets are the Ryujo.
It's going to totally be Ryujo. All right. While I torpedo myself, let's have a quick look at deployment. Once again, Blue Mermaids opting for a single destroyer here, who is going to be all by himself. Now, last game he had a Des Moines at close quarters. This time he does not have that. All of those crews are staying well behind him, so we'll see how well that works out for him. Quite a bit of Blue Mermaids force headed south to A. They have 2 Des Moines that look like they're going to go camp somewhere up along the B line between B and C, possibly choosing to cap C if they get the chance. Talk to me about ARA.
Well, ARA is choosing an A-B strategy, much like your team, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Unfortunately, the bot Z52 looks like he chose to go for C, but isn't moving yet.
Well, the Z52, he won't move. He's a bot, right?
Right, that was the joke.
There you go. Warrior Shima and Gearing, you have a destroyer advantage now. ARA may be able to play that for something very valuable.
Absolutely. So we've got the Shimakaze is going for Bravo, and the Gearing is over at Alpha.
All right. Well, this might work. Now, those destroyers are going to be in a world of pain because there are 3 radar ships headed to Alpha. So, but there is no radar at B. If they're able to bag this Grozavoy, that could be a huge advantage for ARA. If. They got to get him first.
Now, the Hindenburg just got spotted by torpedo bombers, so another if. Wait, here come the fighters.
He's got some fighter cover.
Oh,
Great
beautiful.
Strafe. Beautiful strafe by Terekov there to defend his teammate from these incoming torpedo bomber. In fact, I don't think Helsinki's going to get any of those back.
Not a one.
Shimakaze now has bailed out of B, leaving it to Blue Mermaid's Grozavoy to cap all by himself.
Probably very smart on the side of the Shimakaze. Obviously, he's spotted. He's detected. Nobody's spotted in Bravo. And he's got no support.
Is Terekov strike again?
I believe so.
That may work against them. If he was air superiority, he'd have a pretty good time of keeping the Shimakaze defended, but the Shima is about to get focused by every ship in the world, all focusing this poor guy down. He dumps torps, but they're already spotted by the fighter who's camped on top of him.
Yeah.
He will be out. He is going to be gone. Even if he smokes, they're going to just radar him to death. Poor Moskva. Yep, there he goes. Oh, ARA's ship advantage definitely working against them here. Or ship disadvantage, I should say. Apology. They've capped A, but go ahead.
I'd say it's more than just the disadvantage in the ships. It's also, I think, a tactics and coordination disadvantage. There's absolutely no support at Bravo, partly because that Hindenburg got, had to go defensive, but both battleships are huddling together, and the other Hindenburg and Zhao are kind of together too. And that's not going to help this team.
Nope. Definitely not. That destroyer advantage for ARA disappearing very quickly here early on the Atlantic. Blue Mermaids has capped B. Their Des Moines team has definitely capped C. They will push south as ARA once again has elected to keep everybody together as their entire team has seemed to have progressed to A.
And it's interesting. I disagree kind of with their tactic, but I mean, hey, if ARA is just sitting in here, then, well,
Well, especially now that you've got a destroyer advantage. Or the destroyers are even, I should say. I mean, when ARA had the destroyer advantage, that was kind of their one, in my mind, their one hope, right? They've got that ability to cap, the ability to stay undetected, hopefully. And I feel like the decision to take a strike hack rather than an air superiority hack is going to cost them there, because if you've got 2 destroyers to their 1, and you've got the fighters to protect your destroyers, then you can kind of work that eventually. It may take a while, but into kind of negating that ship you're down. Sooner or later, that destroyer advantage will pay off for you. But in this case, it didn't work out that way for ARA.
And we're about to lose the other destroyer on ARA side. The Gearing is about to go down, being perma-spotted by one fighter.
Perma-spotted, yep, because there's nothing that Terekov can really do about it with only 2 fighter squadrons. He's trying to take a big strike in up at C on one of these Des Moines, but airstrike at Des Moines? Is that a good idea?
I think he thought that the Grozavoy had gone to C. That's what I would have assumed as well. So it's interesting seeing Des Moines doing that. But even then, I don't
know that he's going to get home with any of those. He's going to get a few out.
Even then, though, we see the Grozavoy's got defensive fire. So what are you going to get away with?
Yep.
Beautiful drop on the Montana.
Oh, and he detonates. Goodness gracious. Ultimate insult.
Normally, that would come with some flags.
I know. Oh, normally it would. Now, Blue Mermaids, both of their Yamatos on about half health. They've been taking a lot of focus fire here, but with one Montana dead, this lead Montana Xi'an destroyer is just going to get utterly focused down by these, five Blue Mermaid ships firing at him. He probably has, I'd say, no more than 40 seconds, maybe 60 to live. by the time they finish him off.
Well, especially with the Des Moines and Grozavoy coming in from the flank now, yeah, he's gone. But
Yeah,
quick
he's got nowhere to go.
thing to mention though, both Yamatos being half health means that they're both being focused, but they're both being focused equally, and that's a mistake. You need to focus one of them, get him down, get him out, completely out.
ARA here really should have picked one and said, that's it, let's get this guy off the board. There's Xi'an now down on 3K and still burning. He'll be out in seconds as Blue Mermaids moves their lead to over 300 points, almost 400 now, as they start capping A.
Yep, and that Montana that just went down, Xi'an, he completely blew that shot on the Moskva, unfortunately. And, I mean, the Yamatos are bow on to him, so I understand, but as a battleship player, you got to be supporting the cruisers. You have to focus fire. Hit F3 on a target. That's my suggestion to you guys. And then everybody shoots it. It doesn't matter what ammo you have loaded, even if it's a salute gun. Who cares?
Yeah, both of these Yamatos now, there's probably not enough firepower left on the ARA team as the gearing is Moskva. Sorry, the gearing is radared by the Moskva down in a smoke cloud. He'll be out in seconds. That'll further extend Blue Mermaids' lead.
Can't believe that he was still alive this long.
I can't believe he sat there knowing he's got all these radar cruisers crawling up his rear, but oh well.
Yep, indeed. Once again, same thing we saw the last map. The gearing allowed the cruisers to get too close.
Yep, Zhao will be out in seconds. A convincingly strong play game here for Blue Mermaids as Coltis and his Hindenburg goes down. There goes the Zhao.
That's all she wrote.
This is going to be over, kids. We're down to a bot and a Hindenburg and a Hakuryu.
I was gonna say, at this point, when I played Supremacy, at this point, this is when I play, commit seppuku and just torpedo myself and go away.
Pretty much, yeah.
It's
Mermaids
over.
just steamrolling ARA right out of round one here in the elimination stage, looking very strong. ARA, of course, not helped by their being down players, but goodness, Blue Mermaids just taking maximum advantage of it and just punishing these guys.
Absolutely, and just a reminder, your guess as to which class of ship is going to shoot down the most planes, time's about to be done for that, so make sure you've got your guesses.
You guys for game 2 here, get your raffles in, because when the game ends, I will close the raffle and award that one as well. I got to PM Pulley his code here in a moment. I mean, the Hakuryu's alive, but the game's going to tick out in probably about 25 seconds or so. Yeah,
there's just...
Even if they don't spot him, it's over. They
Yeah.
probably won't even get shots on him, really.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. This is it. Unfortunately, it's a 2-0 sweep, so it is what it is.
Yep, Blue Mermaids sweeping ARA out of round 1 here to move on to face. Let's see, who are they going to see? They're going to see. I'm trying to remember the bracket. We said this earlier.
That's all right. We can go back to it.
Fifth Dimension, I think. No, Fifth Dimension was playing ARP in round 1. We'll go look at it.
We'll go look at it. No worries.
Well, congrats to Blue Mermaids on their victory. They'll be moving on. And ARA, hey guys, good game, well played. I hope you guys enjoyed your time in the tournament, and definitely sign up again next time. It was great to see you.
Absolutely. It's always fun to see new teams in here, get new blood going, get new strategies, new tactics, new ideas. And Des Moines had the convincing lead thanks to the Hakuryu sending all the planes to Charlie. So Des Moines definitely wins. Whoever picked Des Moines, congratulations, code coming your way.
All right, I'm actually going to leave the raffle open a little longer because we're so far ahead of the people actually watching.
Absolutely.
So we'll let that go for a bit. In the meantime, I can PM Pulley his code.